music. His name's
Who?
Gord Helm. Kordhell. He makes a lot of like funk music. So like fast-paced kind of.
Okay, it's more like techno, or did you say funk?
Funk. PHONK.
Oh, never heard of that.
It's
new.
I heard some of the music.
So maybe that's a new style of music that's coming. I'm just curious because I know like in Brazil they have a style of music called funk.
Yeah, it's Brazilian.
Okay.
Brazilian.
Oh,
funk.
that's how they spell it.
Yeah, PHONK.
Okay.
Like almost around the lines of dubstep.
Okay.
Just better.
Okay.
Just better dubstep.
No, dubstep is amazing.
It's better.
Okay, slow your roll.
No.
All right, slow your roll.
Better than I do not like that.
No, not at all.
Oh my God, you don't know what dubstep is?
It's over.
You've never seen? Have you ever seen Deadpool 2? Yeah, they play one of the most famous dubstep songs in that.
I don't remember that.
Okay, we can play it later, right? We're in the middle of recording. Hey, I gotta remind myself. We gotta get through this quickly.
You should watch Deadpool.
I literally only talked about the first point.
I've actually never watched it.
Okay. Anyways, so it's kind of interesting, right? So you have access to this music that is being created out of Brazil, likely.
UK. He just made like
Okay, now I'm confused. You said it was.
It's Brazilian, but
so-
it's made in the UK.
So they're mixing a style then. They must be.
no. It's just taking. It's hard to explain.
Okay, well we got a slide for that.
It's
Don't
like
worry.
making sushi in Canada.
That's not really related.
No, because it's not. Never mind.
No, but you have to incorporate some aspects of Canadian culture. We'll look at that later, okay? Oh, sorry. Later is right there at the bottom of the slide, right? Hybridization is these hybrid identities, right? So you can take. Actually, there was a really good crossover with Skrillex and Bob Marley's son. Okay, so Skrillex makes dubstep, very techno music, very bass heavy, and Bob Marley's son, I don't know which one, makes like reggae music, right? So they took the tune of reggae music. Have we heard reggae music, anyone? Yo, you kids live under a rock. Actually, like, holy. Have you kids listened to anything longer than a TikTok track? Like, I know you've listened to Drake and Taylor Swift. You mentioned Kanye West, thank you. Okay. So these two people, they took two completely opposite forms of music and then they jammed it together, right? So it's like hybridization, right? Your sushi example was close, right? But like imagine you made sushi and you used like, I don't know, raw beef, I don't know, right? You were like in Canada, I don't know. It'd be kind of bizarre, right? Wouldn't work. Not the type of hybridization we want, right?
What about sushi and maple syrup?
Sushi and maple syrup, there you go, right? That's like you're taking these two completely different cultural things, combining them together, right? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, right? Okay. Additionally, I should probably split this slide into two because there's a lot to go on here. Okay. Additionally, with all of this access to the internet, with people, particularly when you have algorithms that push out the most popular content, right? Like, do you think people in the Middle East know about Drake and Taylor Swift?
Few Swift.
No, you think they don't know about Drake, but they know about Taylor Swift?
Oh yeah.
Interesting. That's crazy. Do you think that their art forms impact people around the world? Right? Like, do you think there's people in the Middle East that are creating their own version of rap or whatever Taylor Swift does? Yeah? You think so?
I've heard some Spanish rap.
Some Spanish rap, yeah. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys some music from Mongolia. These people were positively impacted by rap as a genre, right? So they started incorporating rap music into their own music style, right? Like, I already know the answer is no, but does anyone know what Mongolian throat singing is? No way, thank you.
Oh,
Kind
they're
of.
like,
I may or may not have shown. No, that was my grade 10s 2 years ago. Never mind.
we learned
Okay.
that like
right? So this is a form of hybridization, but it's also like universalization, right? Do you understand what that concept means? Universalizing something. If something's universal, what does that mean?
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere, right? So what's one thing do you think that's everywhere?
Breathing. Well, most places, maybe not a lot of hospitals.
Did you say what?
Huh?
Breathing?
Yeah, I said
Oh, okay,
breathing.
okay.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, it was, people die. It's nature.
People do die.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
hospitals.
Anyways, moving on. So hopefully we understand what a transnational company is. Okay. Does that make sense? What do we think it means? No. Multinational. It's a very similar word, right? So what's a company that's transnational? It's in multiple countries. Walmart, kind of, yeah. Amazon, right? Amazon goes to many different countries. No, eBay is like a trading service. A company, right? They sell products. They have maybe they have real estate as well. Like they have a building. McDonald's. Okay. What's another one? There's a clothing company actually. It's opening up a lot of spots here in Canada. It's from Asia. Anyone know? Uniqlo, right? Clothing companies as well. They have a lot of transnationals. Anyways, media transnationals are just companies that their product and service is media. Right, so we already talked about the major ones. TikTok. Where was TikTok made? China, right? It's a Chinese app, right? Which a lot of people didn't really like when it started getting very popular. Right, and many different militaries, like I know the American military doesn't allow people to download TikTok onto their military devices, right, for security reasons, which is really sketchy, right? So TikTok is made in China, and I've heard, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that their algorithms work very differently in China than they do in North America. Like what they promote and what they amplify is very different. We don't really have proof for that, unfortunately. Okay. What's another big media company that you think people use all over the world?
YouTube.
YouTube's huge. What? Facebook. Someone said something else back there. Instagram, right? So these companies, they don't have a border that they operate in. Right, they operate all over. And again, do we know what an algorithm is? Okay. Kind of, no. Do we know algorithms? Right, so an algorithm is a computer code. What it does, particularly for a media company, is it sees like, oh look, you clicked on a cat video. You must love cats. Here's 3 more cat videos. Oh, you clicked on 2 of those cat videos? Here's 10 more. Right? So it just keeps giving you what you click on, what you react with. Right? So some people get into communication loops, right? Into an echo chamber. So they only see the things they interact with, the ideas they interact with, right? So maybe you're like me, you're like, wow, Bigfoot exists. Let me go watch a Bigfoot documentary on YouTube, right? And then YouTube goes, hey, you know what else we think you'd like? Aliens. Okay, so then you click on the aliens documentary. And then they put these 2 pieces together. Like, okay, if this crazy guy believes in Bigfoot and aliens, he must not like the government. So then they send you documentaries about how the government's terrible. And then you watch enough of that. 2 years later, you look out the window, you're like, yeah, man, the earth is flat. 100%. As far as the eye can see, it's flat. The whole thing must be flat. Okay?
Bro, we're in Alberta. Go maybe 1 province over.
Still flat. Okay? Still flat. It's flat everywhere, right? So that's kind of a problem with some of the stuff we talked about on the last slide when you have universalization of information, of media, of culture. And part of that comes from when you have these media companies that come together. So for example, a lot of you use Snapchat. Who owns Snapchat? No, sorry. Like who owns the company or the program? Do you know? You kids really don't know. No, like I'm pretty sure Snapchat is owned by Facebook, no?
No, that's Instagram.
That's Instagram. Okay, Facebook and Instagram own one another. Someone bought out Snapchat, like it's owned by a different company. I'm pretty sure.
Search on your calculator.
Quickly search on your calculator, okay. Okay, Facebook and Instagram, one company. You kids don't use it, but WhatsApp as well, it's a messaging service.
Oh, I know WhatsApp.
Alright.
I know WhatsApp.
Some of you kids use WhatsApp.
I don't use it, I just know it.
Okay.
Of course.
Right? So do you think there are problems that come from one media company owning multiple different platforms? What kind of problems might come up? What do you think?
Well, you get a monopoly kind of.
You get a monopoly. Do we know what a monopoly is?
Yes.
Right? Have you played the game Monopoly?
Yeah.
So how do you win Monopoly?
You gotta make your.
Hold on. If you were looking up, you know I was speaking to someone else.
Get all the same colors.
How do you win Monopoly? Do you know?
Buying out everything?
Yeah, you buy out everything, so you own everything, right? So consolidation and convergence might look like, Facebook saying like, hey, we're gonna buy Instagram, we're gonna buy Snapchat, we're gonna buy Twitter, we're gonna buy XYZ, all these other things, right? And then the government might say like, okay, well, you have too much influence and too much control over how this like field area or market is dictated, which is sometimes viewed as a bad thing, right? It makes it hard for other people to compete. What's another challenge of just one company owning all of these media outlets? Do you think it might impact how you get information? Do you think it could potentially negatively impact how you get information? Right. How so? With some of the conflicts that were going on.